Up next, we have Square Enix. So the Square Enix conference, which is Monday at 10 a.m. Pacific, if you didn't know. So 12 p.m. your time. I have 4 for this. What do you got? Do you have any?
I have 2.
We have 1. 2, okay.
So go ahead.
Final Fantasy 15 stuff, because they can't stop doing Final Fantasy 15 stuff.
Yeah.
More DLC stuff. I mean, I don't even know if it's going to be included with the season pass, but I mean, just more Final Fantasy 15. They're just going to keep milking Final Fantasy 15. That's about it. I don't even know what it's going to be, but it's just... I think it's a given. But what do you have?
I have the Kingdom Hearts release date. And honestly, this is something that could be ruined before the conference even starts, because they have their Symphony series that's going to be this next weekend, which is the weekend before E3. And if they were going to announce it somewhere other than E3, I feel like that's where it would be.
Yeah.
But I feel like with them doing a conference, with them pulling out this kind of pulling out all the stops and being big and showy, I feel like that they have to have something. We've been waiting for these forever. We had the demos that people were able to play a little while ago. I think that it's time. They have to get it out.
I actually had on here Kingdom Hearts release date. I would like it to be December or November. I think they've been working on it long enough that they could do it. They have enough momentum, they could knock it out. But at least a release date and details. Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
I say I got a couple more than you, so I'll do one more. Final Fantasy VII remake details again.
Well,
more details.
Yeah.
More gameplay, which we haven't seen a lot of. More gameplay. I would love a release date on this thing. I don't know if we're going to get it. Maybe they'll say 2019, but at least they're going to show it. It's going to be you're going to get new gameplay footage to show. Hey, we're still working on it. It's everything you love. Midgar's here and everything.
Yeah.
Maybe some behind the scenes stuff on music. Now that we know, we've pulled in some the composer on there. So
yeah.
What'd you got?
The other thing that I have is that I believe that Square Enix is going to show something from mobile.
Okay.
They've done a lot from ports to that weird pinball type game that they had that was associated with 15, but they really put a lot of time and effort into building their mobile base, but they haven't really shown those things at E3. They've been kind of releasing them behind the scenes or showing them in other places, and I think that it has grown big enough that that they're spending enough resources on it that they want to push that stuff front and center.
Okay.
And say, hey, our mobile division is a big part of what we are moving towards in the future. Yeah. So I think that mobile is going to be a part of what they show, or at least talk about during their conference.
I can see that. I say, I got 2 more. That was your last one?
No, I have one more.
Okay. Shadow of the Tomb Raider is featured because it's coming out in September, I believe.
Yes.
So Shadow of the Tomb Raider, they talk about the details and how excited they are and happy they are because they need to sell. They really need this game to sell. So I feel like they're going to feature it at E3.
Okay. All right. And then my last one is I think that they're going to show or talk about something in the near universe. Whether it's DLC for Automata, whether it's the next game that's coming out. That was a game that really came into its own. It's a really series that's been around for a while, but it really got name recognition when the last one was released, which was February of 2017. So they've had over 2 years to work on whatever's coming next, and I think that it's time for them to go ahead and show us what they're doing as far as the series is going. Yeah,
year and a half. Yeah. I agree. I would love for us to get a sequel to the Xbox 360 Nier game. Mm-hmm. Because I loved that game. It was a really cool mashup of genres, and nobody played it. I think that's My Kingdoms of Amalur. Well, actually, no. Two Worlds 2 is My Kingdoms of Amalur. That's one that I'm like, oh, I wish it was. But see, Kingdoms of Amalur is not bad. I'll get off my soapbox, but like Two Worlds 2 is not great. But it had so much potential, like Alpha Protocol. So much potential. I've one more for this, which is a new IP. A new intellectual property from Square Enix. Because Square Enix has been doing and making money very well off of old IPs and sequels and spin-offs and all of that. And they've been doing very well with it. I think we're going to get a new IP, or it will be something I'll say new IP, or it's not something we would expect from them. Maybe they're working with another company. It's not a game that you would immediately go, that's Square.
Yeah.
So something random where we're like, we're doing this game partnering with so and so, and you're like, what? Yeah, that kind of thing.
Well, I mean, we would get to see what maybe Tokyo RPG Factory, what they've been working on, because they pushed out Setsuna, and so they've been coming out with those games fairly quickly. They look similar, and they have fairly low production costs. Just because they are a bit simpler. The graphics are isometric, and so it's not something that takes a lot of time to develop that particular aspect of it. What they have to work on is the story and the characters and the things that honestly really matter when it comes to an RPG. So I think that Tokyo RPG Factory I think that'll be the place that the new IP could come from. But I think that you're talking about something else.
I'm talking. Well, it could be from them, but it'll be if it's from them, it will not be an RPG franchise that we're familiar with at that point.
Well,
if it's from them, it'll be like we're working on a new RPG, and it's not
connected to the others.
It's not connected to others. Yeah.
Well, the two games that they've released haven't been connected, so that makes sense.
Exactly. So that's it. That's all for Square Enix. That's all for you.
Yep.
Okay.
Thanks for watching This Week in Our Collective Heads. Subscribe over here and click the bell, and that way you'll know about any new videos that we put up, because we put up a lot of gameplay, a lot of stories from games and stuff like that, and gameplay is down here.
Yeah, and you got more editorials and news stuff down here. Check it out.